Hey, Amy.
So we have, well, I don't know if they know yet, but we have a repeat, I was going to say offender, that's not good. A repeat
You
interview.
can say that.
You can say that.
We have somebody that we're going to send out her podcast very soon. But she just interviewed with us recently for a really long, extended podcast back before the IDA conference. So go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody.
So I am Terrie Noland, and I've spent a lifetime in education, as most of us have, and am also an academic language practitioner. But hey, we're about to up level that to therapy level.
Yep.
So I got that background, and I spent 19 years at Learning Ally, a national nonprofit, but moved away from that in January of this year, and now doing some leadership development work with my colleague and I, Dr. Danielle Thompson. So we want to blow the lid off of leading literacy well,
Right.
because we haven't been leading it well.
Nope.
We've been training lots of teachers,
Right.
but we haven't been engaging our leaders.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's what
Yes.
it's all about.
Nice. I like it.
And
I
you're
like it.
you're wanting to make more leaders. You say that we're all leaders.
Yes.
We just need to be shown that we're leaders as educators.
Yeah.
Because we inspire people. We do the work that they need to do the research, get the information out to people. Tell us a little bit more about what we do as leaders,
Yeah.
as educators.
Yes. So as educators, we tell everybody leadership, and that this actually comes from our mentor, Danielle and I's mentor, Dr. John C. Maxwell. Many of us know Dr. Maxwell. We've had the privilege of being able to sit at the feet of John and learn where he says leadership is not about titles, positions, and flowcharts. We love our flowcharts in education, don't we? So
And acronyms.
and acronyms. That's not what leadership is about. And we've assumed that that's what makes a good leader is, I can follow the flow chart. Leadership is about who I am when I show up. So Danielle and I were talking, like a leader, they say, well, here's your walkthrough checklist. Well, I don't even like that word walkthrough. I like walkabout.
Mhm.
Walkabout, because a walkabout says that I am visible. Leadership is about visibility, showing up, being visible. I'm not just talking about a vision, I am carrying that vision forward.
Mhm.
And as personal leadership teachers have to see themselves as a part of that bigger system. And I've got to lead myself through personal growth, personal development. We got to visit an amazing school yesterday here in Atlanta. We're in Atlanta, and you talk about personal leadership of teachers that have lifted their lid on the understanding of oral language, and they are incorporating oral language at the best and most beautiful level. And it not only took the building leader, but it also took a personal leader to learn what to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
I kind of love that. I really wanted to go on that tour. So we
I-
couldn't do it.
I have a question for you. So how does it work? Say, for instance, you've got a leader in the classroom, a teacher, and a leader in the academic world where they are like, I'm sorry, my words are escaping me, the leader in the actual school, like the principal, the assistant principal.
Yeah.
How do you propose we bridge the gap between the two people? A lot of times the administrator doesn't know 100% what the teacher knows.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of dyslexia therapy. A lot of times my administrator didn't know what I was doing, so they were supposed to be evaluating me. They didn't know if I was even doing it right or not.
and then what on the evaluation? Like the kids were engaged. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But is that truly elevating instruction? No, that didn't help you to elevate your instruction.
Right.
So what we like to talk about is the 360-degree leader. The 360-degree leader is me in the center, as I am the individual growing and getting bigger on the inside. Because if I get bigger on the inside, people on the outside of me get better.
Yes.
Okay. So when I grow personally, and then the 360-degree leader says, okay, how am I going to lead up to the people that are positionally above me?
Right.
How am I going to lead across to the people that are on my grade level team that are, in positionally the same kind of role as I am? And how am I going to lead down, even though we don't like that down term,
Right.
but how am I going to lead parents,
Mm-hmm.
my students?
Right.
And so that's what it's all about, is the 360-degree leader. And there's actual leader moves when I think about each of those contexts.
Right.
There's true leader moves, because I'm going to tell you what, if I want to work collaboratively as a teacher with my building leader, number one move, make them look good. Make them look good.
Because I was getting ready to ask, as a dyslexia therapist in the educational setting, what would that look like? Because
Yeah.
a lot of times we're last consideration for everything.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So this morning, Danielle and I did a session about every scalable literacy breakthrough happens when you align the systems. Because we've all been the dyslexia person that the child has to walk down the long hallway of shame into our broom closet that could be in a portable building
Yeah.
across the football
Yes.
field.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not alignment. No, that's isolation.
Right.
Isolation doesn't get the job done.
Right.
Alignment gets the job done. And alignment says, as a leader, I've got to say, I've left it to Amy over there to solve that problem in isolation of the bigger system at play, because is my assessment protocol talking to that instruction down the hallway? No, it's not. It's not. And so what are we going to do to align our systems to talk to one another? And a big leader move is saying, that's not going to happen. What we're going to do is we're going to address effective evidence-based practice in tier 1 instruction. Do what Joe Torgerson told us to do. Catch them before they fall and grab those kids and intensify instruction in a model that supports the children. Many models out there.
Right.
We can't just talk about small group model, whole group model, model without letting our data drive our model.
Right. Exactly.
Has to drive it.
Exactly. And when you heard me say this in the podcast, when I was in a leadership position, I would have teachers say, I'm doing this and I'm not doing well, I'm doing this. I'm like, go back to the data, go back to your assessment and provide that prescriptive instruction that you know how to do.
Yeah. Data's scary.
It's-
Y'all weren't in the opening session this morning, Charles Hume.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, come on, Charles. He just blew the lid off of the way that we need to think. We've been assessing word reading, getting good at addressing word reading, but we've kind of left oral language to chance, and we can't leave it to chance anymore. And he threw up on the screen this big structural equation model. Oh my goodness. Hang on to your seats, people. Strap in. Because as the classroom teacher, I can't wrap my brain around what you're telling me in this moment. When all of this data comes in, I can't wrap my brain around it. So here's where leadership comes in. We can't make decisions in isolation.
Right.
So we have to make decisions. And in fact, work out of the University of Southern Florida, Dr. George Batch down there is that collective teaming accounts for 1.78 of effect size. 1.78. Do you know John Hattie's work?
No.
I don't.
You don't know Dr. John
No.
Hattie's work about collective effect?
No, I don't.
Oh my
Tell
goodness.
us. So do you have enough time? Tell us.
Tell us about it.
Okay. So John Hattie, he is a researcher out of Australia that did a meta-analysis of all meta-analysis, brought together all these research studies and said, what are the greatest levers for change in school systems? And so he addressed instructional protocols, he addressed cultural protocols, he addressed so much. But one of the biggest things he had found was that collective effect. When you have a group of individuals coming together, believing and marching towards a single thing, you get a great effect on the other side. Okay? So, and his cutoff point was 0.4. Anything above a 0.4 was profound. The work out of that George Batch is doing, 1.78.
Okay, so it's a profound.
It's profound what teaming does.
Wow.
But what do? We make decisions in isolation. And we do things in isolation, and isolation doesn't solve problems. Isolation creates what we like to call icky, sticky people. Okay?
Yeah.
Guess what?
But
I'm the icky, sticky person, just so you know. You're the icky, sticky person. You're the icky, sticky person. We're all icky, sticky people. But it's where it makes us agitated. And it makes us, why aren't they doing something down there? Yeah.
well, and you just think about the environment as a whole. When you don't feel a part of something, how that makes you feel as an educator, how it makes the kid feel, because they can sense when things aren't quite right. Like you were talking about going down the hallway to this other room,
Right. No, I totally
away
felt that.
from their
Totally felt
friends,
that.
you know, and
Where'd
they're
you go? What did
already-
you do?
yeah.
What were you doing over
That's
there?
right. And they're already dealing with knowing that reading is hard for them. So you're doing this to the whole group,
Yeah.
to the parent, to the teacher, to the child.
Yeah.
You know, because the parent knows that the kid is going to this room, away from their peers, maybe missing their electives, you know, things of that nature. It's just a deficit in the school system that we need to fix.
Yes, it is. And that's what Danielle and I are trying to do, is to lift the lid on leadership. Do we need instructional protocols? Do we need flow charts? We do. We need all that stuff. But if I am an individual in a place that has some type of power to make changes, and we all do, whether it's the teacher, whether it's the building leader, whoever it is that I think I said this on the podcast. Implementation of anything, great outcomes towards anything brilliant, rest on how good the culture is.
Right.
It rests on it. And so a good leader is about building in micro moments of hope, of encouragement, of love. I led a building. I walked those halls every single day. I didn't go to my office until everybody was settled. Nope. Because my job was to serve you in what you needed. And guess what? When it got time to, we were a private preschool. And when it got time to clean the bathrooms, guess what I was doing?
Cleaning the bathroom.
I was cleaning the bathrooms.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that leaders don't pitch in and do those things sometimes. But what I'm saying
You're
is,
right. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes I never saw my principal because that door was always closed. And they'd have that window, and you'd go, and I think they turn the turn the blinds on.
yeah, exactly. So leadership, it's more about who I am than what I do. What I do matters, and that has an impact. But who I am,
Right.
and how, you know what, Danielle, she runs the Big Sky Literacy Summit, and this past year she brought in Dr. Bruce Terrie. He wrote a profound book with Oprah called What Happened to You.
That's right. That's the one Karina was talking about.
Oh.
Remember that? We had somebody who worked with severely, profoundly emotionally disturbed dyslexic students.
Yes.
And she's here at the conference somewhere.
Oh.
I don't know where she is. But and she's not lecturing. I told her she should be. But she recommended, she came on and did early episodes of our podcast, and she recommended that. But she goes, it's big, and it's got so much. And you just go, you know, and it kind of puts you right where you need to be.
It does. It absolutely does. And it helps you to understand trauma in a profound way, what happened to you. And so when I lead with love and compassion and valuing everybody around me, seeing the potential in every child, I don't care what's going on, but I see the potential in you. Like, man, that's an energy that you can, I mean, like, you can just grab and feel that energy. And so that's what leadership is about.
So I know we just had a podcast recently that nobody's heard it yet. We've heard it.
Yes.
I was thinking, and this relates but not relates. You know, you were talking about your grandchild, Tony Box. I saw that on the story
Yeah,
the
that's so
other
cool,
day
aren't they?
because I keep thinking, what a smart and innovative thing that was to do in the NICU for your grandchild.
Okay, so they have to listen to the live podcast.
You gotta
with
listen to the
you
live
to hear
podcast.
about what you did to help
Yeah.
your grandchild.
Yeah.
That
And
is
here is something,
fascinating.
another profound stat. 10% of today's children being born are premature.
Wow.
Add that to our compounding effect. New definition of dyslexia coming out. Think about the contributing factors of environment.
Yes.
10% of children being born premature. And what does that do? And they didn't have the parent that knew what I knew, right? They didn't have that. And that's no fault.
Right.
But they didn't begin attending to language at the earliest point that me and my daughter need to attend to language.
That makes sense because I posted the definition, 25 definition on my private.
I really think that
and everyone's like, what is this environment? What is this environment? What is this environment? I'm like,
No. Let's don't get wrapped up in that. Okay, we can't.
right.
It's not that the environment causes dyslexia.
Right.
That is
right.
not what it's saying. Not
But
at
it's a
all.
contributing factor
Right.
with
It
that
it's a risk factor.
neurobiological.
If you're already at risk, environment could be something that adds to it. Is what
See, y'all got it.
I tried.
And so another thing that Danielle and I do is we have this huge continuum that we show of just different children. Think about if we were in Wyoming this summer doing a talk about systems alignment, and after the talk, somebody came up to us and we integrated the oral language and how we need to now attend. Our systems never accounted for oral language. Now we are. So now we're aware.
Mhm.
And so we talked about oral language. After it was over, a lady came up to us just in tears. And she said one of our first graders got kicked off her horse and was in ICU at the moment fighting for her life. Okay. So here's this sweet poor baby fighting for her life. And what they said is that the first thing to go was language. And what happens when somebody has a stroke in our lives? What goes? They lose their language. So think about how the environmental impacts of trauma, an accident, a stroke, something else going on. That's what we mean here. It's not that I walked outside and the smog caused me to have dyslexia. That's not what we're talking about. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you were here. I love talking to you. I think we need to have you back again.
Let's come back.
You
Let's come
need
back.
to just be a recurring
Okay,
guest.
so just come back tomorrow and then we'll talk some more.
There we go.
Okay, but friends that are watching this, these are my Texas peeps right
Yes,
here.
yes.
So we're all Texans.
Yeah.
We love it.
Yes.
We love it.
We're gonna go to a Texas lunch.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not about these little luncheons. Let's have finger sandwiches and cucumbers. No, I want ribs.
Yeah, barbecue.
When does that ever happen? That's never happened to me. That's never happened to me. It's always been like real food.
Yeah.
No, we're having barbecue.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
There's a great place out in Roanoke called Hutchins Barbecue.
Well, that's where
They
we're
got
going.
one in McAllen.
It's delicious.
Okay.
The Texas Twinkies.
Yes. Oh yeah.
If you don't know what those
Delicious
are,
ribs.
those are basically jalapeno poppers.
Yeah, they did.
Mhm. Yeah.
Texas
I
Twinkies.
love it. Okay.
Well, thank you.
Oh, I love it. It was so fun.
We really appreciate it. We just leave.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Y'all are doing good work.
You too.
Keep it up. And we're trying to get to 1,000 downloads
Yes, we
today.
are.
We are.
1,000 downloads. So
Yes.
tell your friends.
Yes.
Tell whoever you know.
Yeah,
Tell anybody.
Thank
you, Terrie.
Bye. Oh, y'all are so good.
That was so